they keep getting cut off, but we will continue and ignore the breaks in the chat. Excuse me. So welcome to the Institute of All Intelligent Life, and we are continuing with our readings from Holy Scriptures, seeking some guidance in this very difficult time in which we need some guidance. So we will first turn to the Guru Granth Sahib, and we are reading the third part of the Japji Sahib, part 2. By his, sorry, we just lost the signal again. By his command, some are high and some are low. By his written command, pain and pleasure are obtained. Or suffering and happiness are obtained. So, again, Baba Guru Nanak is helping us remember, reminding us something we should know. Some are high and some are low, some are elevated and some are degraded, some are considered high caste and some are considered low caste. This is all by the order of God, by the command of God. Nothing happens but by the command of God. And similarly, happiness and distress, sukh and dukh, these also come actually by the order of God. So we should remain peaceful in all distressing situations. We should remain calm and not get too excited when everything is going so well and we seem so happy. Similarly, if we are elevated to an honorable position, or if we are degraded, we should just remember that is under God's control, and we should be remembering God in every situation and not be attacked. We're going to read about this because I was looking ahead. The Bhagavad-gita verse we're reading today is a very similar point. So, okay, we'll go on to the Holy Quran. We are reading from the 26th Surah, the poets, or Shu'ara, and we're continuing to read about how God is ordering Moses and Aaron, his brother, who Moses asked to be sent with him. So go forth, both of you, to Pharaoh, and say, we have been sent by the Lord and Cherisher of the worlds. Wow, what a beautiful name for God, the Cherisher of the worlds. So God is instructing to Aaron and Moses together to go to Pharaoh and tell him we have been sent by God. So every prophet gets a command to do something, and often it's not a very easy or pleasant. So here Moses, along with Aaron, is being ordered to go to Pharaoh. Of course, Pharaoh was a very evil, certainly extremely self-centered man. He thought he was God, or the people treated him as God in Egypt at that time. They believed that the Pharaoh was a divinity. So he was very confident in his position as the Pharaoh, the deity of Egypt. And Moses, of course, was well aware of this. But God has ordered him to go to Pharaoh and say that God has sent me and my brother Aaron. So it's going to obviously be a difficult confrontation for Moses to face, but he is accepting the order of God. Hukum. Hukum rizai chalna nanak likya naal. You've read how just remain content, obey the order of God, and everything will work out perfectly. We will be happy, even, but certainly we will become free. We will become established in liberation, freedom, real freedom, which is submission to God. So if we submit to the order of God, we will become successful, liberated from all material anxieties. Today everyone is so full of anxiety, worried about a third world war starting, but God is in control, so we don't need to be in anxiety. Okay, we will move on to the Holy Bible, where we are reading from the book of Ezekiel, and this quite amazing vision of Ezekiel. We're continuing to read today in the first chapter of Ezekiel, verse 14. No, yes, 14 today. And the living creatures darted to and fro like a flash of lightning. So this is quite a contrast to what we had just read earlier, where these four creatures were walking straight forward, and they were in the midst of a fire. In the fire there were flashes of lightning and things that looked like burning coals darting here and there. But now, in this verse, we're reading that those four creatures themselves also have started darting to and fro like flashes of lightning. So things aren't always the way we think they are, or the way we think they should be, or the way we expect them to be. That's what I get out of this verse. Here we have this very stately four creatures moving forward very steadily while all this fire is flashing around them. But now they start flashing like lightning, darting to and fro. So I can see two lessons in this. One, I've just said how we can't always expect that what we think will happen will happen. But also, we can see in this the fiery substances, whatever they were, like burning coals, they were flashing like lightning and darting to and fro, and now those creatures have started doing it too. So this we can take as a meaning of how easy it is to get influenced by what's going on around us. Not, of course, criticizing those angels or whoever those extraterrestrial creatures were, who were part of God's retinue, obviously. But they also started dashing this way and that way, darting to and fro. So even elevated creatures can get influenced by their environment like that, what to speak of us. But, as we have read already in the Guru Granth Sahib, happiness and distress, elevation and degradation, they come by the order of God. So we should remain peaceful, even in the midst of a great deal of anxiety causing things. Things are now flashing to and fro, literally. Missiles are being sent to attack targets. So, we should not worry too much. We should remember God is in control of everything, and things are never the way they seem to be in this world. As we're going to read right now in the Dhammapada. This is the 11th chapter now that we are reading. The second verse. Behold this beautiful body, a mass of sores, a heaped up lump, diseased, much thought of, in which nothing lasts, nothing persists. So this is a sober reminder that things are not what we think they are, the way they seem to be on the surface. This body seems so beautiful, at least when it's young. But actually, what is it? It's a mass of sores, a heaped up lump, diseased. So we much thought of. We think, oh, my body is so, especially if we're in good health and young and strong, we think, oh, I'm so beautiful, I'm so happy. But look just under the skin of this beautiful body, and it's just a mass of blood and fat and sores everywhere. If we just lift up the skin a little bit, we will see a very different picture of this so-called beautiful body. So we may think very highly of the body in that way, but the Buddha is telling us, no. Even if things are looking very nice right now, they won't last very long. Similarly, even if things are looking very bad right now, it won't last very long. So nothing persists. In this world, everything is changing all the time. Okay, and finally we'll go to this verse in the Bhagavad-gita, the 20th verse of this 5th chapter that we're reading. A person who neither rejoices upon achieving something pleasant, nor laments upon obtaining something unpleasant, who is self-intelligent, who is unbewildered, and who knows the science of God, is already situated. So it's interesting. We were just reading. I didn't select these verses. This is what's coming automatically, verse by verse. But the verse that we read in the Guru Granth Sahib talked about happiness and distress coming by the command of God. So in this verse also we're reading, if happiness or unhappiness comes, we should neither rejoice nor lament. It's all going on automatically. Material nature is arranging all of these events, so we should not become upset by them or overly happy by them.